Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Your host Ram once again with you today. That's on a Sunday on the Cricket Happening show, where what I have for you today is England replying to Sri Lanka's 300 out on day three were placed at 339 for 9 with the skipper Joe Root out to the last ball of the day when he was actually the fielder at forward short like Oshado Fernando. Probably Joe Root was extremely tired at the end of the day, but I thought it was very sad that Joe Root had to depart, being the last wicket out for 186. Definitely looked good for a double century. Continued his good work as England replied with 339 for 9 at play on the third day. So still, Sri Lanka is still leading by 42 runs because England are trailing by 42 runs. And as any lead in this particular match is going to be advantageous for the team. And Sri Lanka would be hoping that they could wrap up the final wicket tomorrow morning pretty quickly. They were 9 down for 339 with Joe Root into the pavilion on the last ball of the day. What a sad situation for England there. So that is something that I'm going to talk about day three. And besides that, I'm also going to talk about a match where, in a one-day international, where Afghanistan once again showed their stranglehold on the Irish team as they won the second one-day international with Rahmat Shah, who's a very, very technically perfect batsman from Afghanistan, scoring a century, and the Hasmatullah Shahidi offering a very good resistance and also making a good score of 83. And then we'll have a look at some sort of a Big Bash League updates and if any other cricket news that is coming our way. But first, let me get started then. And also, dear fans, okay, I'll come back to that later. So let's talk about this particular game. So England resuming their overnight score they were placed. I reckon I just I'm getting a bit of a overnight score. Probably, yeah. I think it was they were placed at 98 for 2 to my knowledge. Yeah, they were 98 for 2 on the previous day, that on the second day. And it was two persons in the middle were the skipper Joe Root, who was on 67. At the other end was Johnny Bairstow. But for the Sri Lankans, Emboldinia once again struck. And Emboldinia, what a bowler he's turning out to be. This is his fifth match, I am told. He has already picked up 5-wicket haul. He picked up 7 or 3 5-wicket hauls already, I reckon. So that is very good going for this left-arm spinner, very skillful left-arm spinner, Lasith Emboldinia, who's definitely, as far as spin is concerned, I think Sri Lanka is definitely dominating with just one spinner, and this is this guy, Lasith Emboldinia, doing a wonderful job for his team. So today, the first wicket to go, Johnny Bairstow was packed into the pavilion pretty quickly in the morning. Again, it was a ball from Emboldinia, which absolutely exploded, one could say, as Bairstow was on his forward press there, and the ball actually just ripped up and went and hit the bat and the pad, and then it was reviewed, but out came the verdict that Johnny Bairstow had to walk back to the pavilion, caught by Oshado Fernando in the short leg region, forward short leg of the bowling of Emboldinia. And that was the end of Johnny Bairstow. The score read 116 for 3. So Sri Lanka would have been absolutely buoyed by getting that wicket of Jonathan Bairstow. Butler joined Joe Root, who was doing very well, and Josh Butler formed a good partnership from 116 for 3. Sorry, after that was Dan Lawrence who came, but this time Dan Lawrence could not last long as turn and bounce defeated him. And this was once again Emboldinia into the picture. This was bowled round the wicket. It was on an off. It pitched on the off stump and definitely turned around the face of the bat of Lawrence, who tried to go forward. And it was the first of one of the two slips actually coming into the picture and completing it was Thirimane, who picked up the catch of the bowling Emboldinia. Lawrence gone for 3, and suddenly the England bowling So England batting was definitely looking a bit troublesome at 112, 132 for 4, with Lawrence back into the pavilion for just 3 runs. And Tirimane became the first Sri Lankan in this particular match. Just to share, he's become the first Sri Lankan to take 5 catches in a test match. And that's what he precisely did. So now it was definitely they required Josh Butler to give good company to Joe Root, because Joe Root, as I said, once again continued in the similar fashion as to what he did yesterday, and that was to use the sweep and the reverse sweep to good effect. In fact, he also brought out a switch hit against Lasith Embuldeniya, and Joe Root, as I said, was playing the spinners very confidently. No air of doubt about Joe Root, the way he was actually tackling the spin of Embuldeniya, where others were all struggling. Now Butler came in. Butler played some very good strokes, but the partnership definitely did a good turn for them, as it was almost 97 runs that was added for the 5th wicket, which was very important. Butler was the one who came there and contributed 55 good runs with 7 boundaries before Ramesh Mendes, who was playing in who was making his test debut, claimed his maiden test wicket in the form of Josh Butler, and that was something that would have really made him very happy, as Butler was actually trying to reverse sweep Ramesh Mendes, and the ball went off the boot. So basically, he tried to reverse sweep. The ball went off the boot into Oshado, the close-in corner, that is Oshado, the forward short leg fielder, and Oshado, and then and basically Butler has to go. As I said, it probably hit the boot, but basically I thought there was no spike shown. I reckon, or probably it showed a spike, because it was Mendes who actually picked up the wicket, but Butler had to go. Umpire Dharmasena had referred this to the TV umpire. I mean, it was basically not out, so it was basically referred to the third umpire, and out came the verdict that Butler had to walk, and that was a bit disappointing for Butler, but a very big moment for Ramesh Mendes, the spinner. And Mendes had got his maiden test wicket, and Butler disappointedly had to leave the track there, out for 55 with 7 boundaries. After that, Joe Root, as I said, he was continuing in the same vein. Suddenly, Sam Curran was consumed for 13. He hit one very good 6, a very good 6 that he hit. But that was it. After hitting the 6, it was the new ball from Embuldeniya. The second new ball was claimed, and Curran was, on the back foot. He was actually pinned to his crease, and he tried to play for the ball to turn. Probably it didn't, and that was the 5-wicket back for Embuldeniya. After that, Dom Bess definitely showed some batting capabilities there, giving good support to Joe Root, as he went on to make 32 with 4 fours, which was very important in the context of the game. And that was the 6th wicket for Lasith Embuldeniya. He edged the delivery into the slip cordon. Tirimane once again coming into the picture and picking up the catch. Mark Wood was consumed pretty quickly for 1. And after that, Joe Root, as I said, he succumbed to the last ball of the day of Lasith Embuldeniya, and that too the wicket was a gifted one, because Joe Root obviously he has been batting for the whole day and also yesterday, but today I think definitely one felt that probably the tiredness got the better of him, as the last ball of the day he wandered out of the crease by pushing the ball to the forward short leg. Oshado Fernando picked it up, very sharp fielding and sharp reflexes, and threw the ball, and that was the end of Joe Root, as the ball went and hit the stumps, and that was the end. So let's have a look at the Joe Root dismissal. He tried to whip it, and Root was trying to regain the ground, but it was too late. And then it was, I think, the third umpire was referred there, and Root was found short of his ground, and that was an end of an epic innings from Joe Root. 186 was his tally, and which contained 18 boundaries. But what a shame that he could not get to his double century. Truly deserved a double century there, as Jack Leach was not out on naught and would invite James Anderson to come tomorrow in the morning to give company to Jack Leach. And if they could Because right now 42 runs is the difference. But on this particular pitch, whatever he make, even they could make 20, 30 runs, everything would be that would be tomorrow. By the 10th wicket will be vital. And even you never know, probably England might even make the 42 runs that they require. Now, it all depends as to what goes on. But as I said, any runs that England would make is going to be vital tomorrow. But nevertheless, the match is very well set up. Right now, I would call it even Stevens. And looking at the bowling there, Hasmatullah Shahidi, as I said, career best figures in Test cricket: 41 overs, 6 maidens, 132 runs, and 7 wickets. Wonderful bowling performance from Hasmatullah Shahidi in this particular series. Lakmal, 16 overs, 7 maidens, none for 31. Asita Fernando, 10 overs, 2 maidens, none for 31. Dilruwan Pereira, 31.2 overs, 3 maidens, none for 86. But Ramesh Mendes, I thought a wicket was gifted for him from Butler. Ramesh Mendes getting his maiden Test wicket, 16 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 48. Now that's a match situation here. Ball on the day 3. And as I said, this match is getting really interesting. Monday should be a great day of cricket there to see what really comes up. But as I said, Hasmatullah Shahidi in the very brief span of his Test career has shown what important material he is as far as a left-arm spinner is concerned. Now let's turn our thoughts to Abu Dhabi, where Afghanistan were playing England. As you know, the first match was won by Afghanistan, and being a 3-match series, I have to say that Afghanistan have already won the 3-match series 2-0, and they would definitely like to make a clean sweep. As you know, every team now would be concentrating on getting as many points as possible for the ODI Super League, because as I said, the top 8 teams automatically qualify for the 2023 World Cup. And so definitely this is something which is going to happen. As I said, Bangladesh and West Indies will be taking on each other tomorrow. And as I am not expecting any changes in the Bangladesh team, Bangladesh should probably retain their winning combination, go for a clean West Indies, because this is their best opportunity. And I'm pretty sure that this is all going to help them, because no team wants to take chances right now unless they are really sure that they are automatically qualified for the 2023 World Cup. And I think that's the right way to go. So let's look at this game. Ireland versus Afghanistan. Afghanistan winning the match by 7 wickets. Ireland definitely played well, I thought. They raised 259 for 9 on the board. They were given, they were led by a wonderful knock from the opener, Paul Sterling, 128 runs of 132 deliveries, which included 12 fours and 4 sixes. Kevin O'Brien was consumed cheaply for 1. Balbini, the captain, fell for 5. Tector made 24. Custis Camp for another very talented bloke from Ireland contributed 47 of 52 with 4 boundaries. 17 to Lorcan Tucker. Delaney not out 12. Simi Singh 13. McBride not. McCarthy not. Craig Young was not out on not. And that was the end of the Ireland 259 for 9. Naveen ul Haq did a wonderful turn for himself there. 10 overs no maiden, 4 for 42, the most successful bowler. Was very well supported by none other than the multi-talented spinner Mujibur Rahman. 10 overs no maiden, 3 for 46. Gulbuddin Naib was on the costlier side. 9 overs were creamed for 64 runs with 1 wicket, as Sterling was very severe on Gulbuddin Naib. Nabi, 10 overs, none for 43. Javed Ahmadi, 1 over, none for 9. Rashid Khan also got some runs taken off him. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 49. Now 259 on this particular wicket, probably one felt on a wicket in Abu Dhabi where the pitch was absolutely flat. The ball was nicely coming out of the bat. One thought that 259 for 9 was not a very challenging score. Probably 300 runs on this pitch would have helped. And the end, it was seen that definitely one saw that as this pitch was a bit docile, it was only the fitness of things that Afghanistan could actually go and win this particular match. They put 260 for 3 on the board, and they made it in 45.2 overs, and they won by 7 wickets. So that was more than a convincing victory for Afghanistan. Rahmanullah Gurbaz went hammer and tongs against the Irish bowling by cracking 31 of 26 deliveries with 3 fours and 2 sixes. A very aggressive bloke, 31 of 26. Javed Ahmadi was dismissed for 16. and the openers, both the openers were back into the pavilion, and they scored at 48 for 2 in the 8.3 overs. But after that, there was a big partnership that happened, which actually paved the way for a win. And this was a very big partnership because what it did is basically it was 100 and I think it was 180. Let me check that. I think 84, 184 run partnership between Rahmat Shah. Now you know Rahmat Shah of Afghanistan is the most technically perfect player in the Afghanistan team. He is someone who can wear out the bowlers, but also if you look at his knock here, it was a very valuable knock under the circumstances. He contributed an unbeaten 103 with 10 fours and 2 sixes, and giving him company was the left-hander Hasmatullah Shahidi, and he also played. He was more of an compared to Rahmat Shah, I thought he was more aggressive. He contributed 82 of 100 deliveries, 8 fours and 1 6 included, and that's the precise reason after the Asghar Afghan did not waste any time by cracking 13, 1 4 and 2 sixes in a brief unbeaten knock of 21 of 13 deliveries to take the team to victory. And I thought it was a wonderful victory for Afghanistan. As I said, they have won the ODI series against Ireland in the UAE. One more to come. Craig Young, 8 overs, 1 minute, none 45. Also made him 1 for 44. Barry McCarthy, 7 overs, 1 for 59. Curtis Campbell, 4 overs, 1 for 28. 10 overs, none for 48 for Andy McBride. Kevin O'Brien, 3 overs, none for 13. Garrett Delaney, 5 overs, no made and none for 22. Rahmat Shah was named man of the match. I think, in my opinion, after looking at the way the Irish bowling has been shaping up, I thought the batting is definitely the Ireland need to concentrate. They need to get their for Ireland. If they could actually get that bowling thing, ironed out, I think they would be good. So probably they'll be hoping that they could put it across Afghanistan in the final ODI. The other some very brief cricket updates on the Big Bash League here. Hobart Hurricanes are looking very good, and they kept their Big Bash League finals alive here by Hobart Hurricane making 188 for 8, and it was good to see Matthew Wade getting into a half century. In fact, Matthew Wade and Daryl Short, DRC Short, were the ones who went on to make half centuries, and Wade would be definitely happy with this effort that he did. And the end, it was enough for them to win the match. The match was a close. Jason Silk, who was the one who was a worrisome factor for the Hobart Hurricanes, as this particular total was challenged in a big manner by Jordan Silk. Yeah, Jordan Silk was the one who challenged this in a big manner and really gave them a scare as he smashed 78 of 49 balls. But in the end, the victory was Hobart Hurricanes winning the match by 7 runs. As I said, they're keeping their final spot alive. Thunder versus Strikers. Adelaide Strikers won the match. They were led by Peter Siddle, who put up a good bowling performance there, as Adelaide Strikers 159 for 6. And they went on to beat the Sydney Thunder by 6 runs. Another close game coming there between Sydney Thunder and Adelaide Strikers. Let's have a look at the score there. Looking at the summary there between Adelaide Strikers and Sydney Thunder, as I said, Peter Siddle was someone who was definitely a big part of that. There's no doubt about it. And also Michael Nasser, the all-rounder, he also put up a very, very good show. And that was precisely very good to see. So I'm not going to go into much details on that particular score here due to shortage of time. As I said, Bangladesh are taking on West Indies tomorrow. And Bangladesh, as I said, would be definitely eyeing a clean sweep. I am not expecting any changes in the Bangladesh team. They would probably going with a winning combination. Also, as I said, that's very important as well. West Indies would be eyeing some points. They would like to put it across Bangladesh. It would be very interesting to see. Meanwhile, I have some news here coming from Pakistan. The news that I'm getting from Pakistan, it says that just now arrived. I suppose this news we are talking about, as you know, South Africa are in Pakistan, and the news comes that three people. I mean, they are taken a big contingent. They selected a big contingent, Pakistan, but now the news comes that Abdullah Shafiq, Aga Salman, and Kamran Ghulam, who is the highest scorer, I'm told, in first class cricket. He has been dropped from the Pakistan team. No, sorry, this is for the has been dropped for the original 20 man. So basically, they had a 20-man squad, and now the squad has been pruned right now with Aga Salman, Abdullah Shafiq, and Kamran Ghulam, who I'm told is the leading first class run scorer in Pakistan. He has been dropped, and the first test begins on January the 26th at Karachi at the National Stadium. Well, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, always a pleasure bringing you this cricket show. As I said, I do see the support for the cricket happenings has been really warming my heart. So it has been increasing. And I see a lot of people who are liking my cricket show, which is great to know. Well, dear, you could do for me, publicize my cricket show, go there, tell everybody, the cricket crazy public, if they are interested, spread the word about this cricket show. If you really love this, go and talk to them about it and spread my cricket show worldwide. Tell everybody, let everybody join the bandwagon when I start talking on cricket. And well, dear fans, once again, as I said, you guys have been excellent. You have been giving me tremendous support. It really warms my heart here, and I'm very happy to see that I'm getting a good response out of this. And besides, I'm also extremely motivated to give you. But unfortunately, it has been a pleasure this week to come and give you the cricket happenings for the whole week. But unfortunately, I'll have to tell you that it will be a pause now for this particular week. Not for the particular week, but from now on, because I'll be back on duty. So for 1 week, I was not on duty, but now I'll have to attend to my office chores, and I won't be there, unfortunately. But definitely don't worry. You can always go and have a sneak peek on me on my cricket Reddit, where I'm always there. Cricket Twitter is something where I'm there, but cricket Twitter and cricket Reddit is something which I am always there. If at all you don't see my cricket show coming up on YouTube. So then, as far as YouTube is concerned, I'll be seeing you unless there is some very dramatic happening in cricket, which forces me to come and talk on cricket. Well, you wouldn't be seeing me in full colors until Saturday and Sunday, as you know, on weekends. I understand that this was a daily cricket show, but unfortunately, due to paucity of time and a lot of other things, homework and office work and everything, it becomes doubly difficult. But definitely, I'm still happy that the response is enormous. Really thank you, everyone, for the bottom of, and look forward to your company. As I said, if you love this cricket show, go there, spread the word about this cricket show, cricket happenings to the world. And that is the best help that you could give me, dear fans, friends, subscribers. Until such time, if I see you in all flesh and blood, probably on a Saturday, keep an eye on Cricket Reddit and Cricket Twitter, where I'll always be there to do write something or the other. Until then, this is your host, Ram, signing off for the week. Thank you.